This is Tornado Quick X, and today we're going to show you how to make deviled eggs for Easter.
Hi YouTube! Alright, so if you want to make deviled eggs, first you need eggs. You can use any type of eggs, but today we will be using white eggs. So first, you take the eggs and you put them in some cold water. Make sure it's cold, or else you either burn your hands or you'll mess up the eggs. So let's put them in. Here's some more. And today we are putting 2 dozen eggs in our recipe. 2 dozen means that there's 24 eggs, and since we're slicing them in half, that means we'll have 24 times 2, that's 48. And
that's a lot of eggs.
I think that's enough for our family. I'm not sure. So we're putting the last 4 in. Alright. So now, you put all the eggs in, and we will be putting them on the stove. Hot stove at high heat, and we will be putting these eggs on the stove for about 15 minutes until they look pretty cooked. Alright, so here's the boiled eggs.
Okay, once you have it at a full boil like this, you want to turn the heat down to medium, like so, and then set the timer for 15 minutes. And have it boil like this for 15 more minutes. Okay, so after it's been boiling for 15 minutes, first you want to shut off that annoying timer, and then you shut off the heat without burning your arm, and then remove it from the surface.
Hot water.
Pour cold water into it so it overflows the hot water or something like that. Yeah, it cools down. Without dropping any eggs into this thing. And yes, just let it sit there with cold water for a while. Let it cool down. Let it cool down. Alright, so after you've let the eggs cool under water for 10 minutes, you want to take an egg out, and you put it on a hard surface, and you roll it to make sure it gets some cracks in the shell. You can make it easier to peel that way. That's good. And then, take the egg, put it under a faucet, cold water, and it makes it easier to peel the egg. And make sure you get the shell off nice and good. Don't leave any fragments in there, or you'll taste it. And then take a sharp knife, parental supervision may be required, and cut the egg in half the long ways. That's good. Then you want to scoop out the yellow part, the yolk, and put it in a bowl. And you want to do this for all your eggs. Make sure you have the yolk and the egg whites separate. And we're going to do that now.
Alright, now that you've separated all the eggs into halves and you put all the yolks in a bowl, it is now time to mash them. So what you're going to do, we use a potato masher just because it's a lot easier to mush it. So you're just going to smush it in a bowl until it gets all mixed. It's going to need to take some muscle. Make sure everything is mixed so we don't have any lumps, because nobody likes lumps. Just keep mixing it around until you get a nice consistency. And that looks about, yeah, that's good. Alright, so now that you've mixed it, you're going to put about a spoonful of mayonnaise. It doesn't matter what kind, whichever kind you like. So you can take a spoonful and just plop it in. And you're just going to keep mixing. And you're going to keep mixing until it's all pretty much like a pasty consistency. So like this, it's too powdery, so we're going to put another spoonful in. You don't want to put too much in because you don't want to get it all like watery. So you're just going to keep mixing it. It's getting a little better. I think I'm just going to add one more spoonful, because we use a lot of eggs, so I'm going to need to use a lot of it. There we go. keep mixing until it like sticks together. I think you might need a little bit more. But for our eggs, we like to use our secret recipe, which is Vidalia onion, sweet onion, salad dressing, just because it gives it a different flavor. But you don't want to put too much in because you don't want to make it watery. So you just pour a little bit in, just for taste. That looks good. And then you're just gonna keep mixing. Use your muscles. Looks good. Alright. So once you think it's mixed in pretty well, you're going to take a smaller spoon and you're going to just take a little spoonful, and then make sure you clean your hands, and then you're just going to push it right in just so it goes over the top. You don't want to put too much in because you want to save some for the rest. So I'll just do a few more. Might be too much. And it's very messy, so you're going to have to wash your hands. And you're just going to keep going until you fill all of them in.
Okay, after you've filled up all of the egg yolks into the egg whites, the last optional step is to sprinkle a little paprika on some of the egg yolks to give it a nice different flavor or for decorative flair. And after that we have a nice plate of deviled eggs for Easter. Yeah, I hope this video has been informative. And they taste good. This is Tornado Quake X signing off.